Conspiracy gang, was popping. It's your boy TQ, and we back at it with another video, man. And today we have conspiracy theory TikToks that will make you question reality. And y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new. And without further ado, we get right to it because y'all want to see the video. So let's go straight into it. We're not gonna waste no more time. Let's get it.
Australia, they would literally breed out the melanin of the people. You know, they would have these, they would take the children and take them to breeding camps and breeding farms and breed the darker ones and the mulatto ones with white, and they would literally breed the melanin out of these people. The movie Rabbit Proof Fence is about that breeding process, them breeding out the melanin of the Aboriginal people. So it was very deep what was going on over there.
Hi you guys, you ready to see technology we already had? So this is from the 1800s. They had machines that they used in order to summon spirits. Some people would say this is Photoshop or edited. You can go right here to Tataria_reset_secret and see these pictures. They had machines to summon spirits, dog. Woo! Doesn't that look like a spirit to me? Woo! This isn't just, no random occurrence. They were summoning spirits, dog. That's crazy, huh? Actual phantasmal energy devices. Some people would say that's fake. No, sir.
I'm one of them
We
people.
had technology. We still got that. But they don't want you to know that. You could probably talk to your loved ones right now. Did I say too many secrets? Shh.
Now, if you get into the secret history of the cabal, this was rediscovered by Queen Elizabeth, the original Elizabeth that we've heard about from the 1500s. Queen Elizabeth's royal astrologer, a man named John Dee, who is the prototype of the wizard with the long beard, the hat, and what he did was to rediscover, through these ancient documents that were in the Vatican, the technology of how to access what they considered to be spiritual beings that were useful to them, but what we would consider to be demonic or evil beings. These beings need to be accessed through a very complex set of rituals and ceremonies. You cannot just ask for them to show up. You have to follow very elaborate and specific protocols. If you follow those protocols, it's like having an IP address, which is what we use to go online in order to notate a website. Every website has its own IP address. These spiritual beings, such as Baal and Moloch, which they still do ceremonies for today, such as in Bohemian Grove, there is a giant effigy, stone effigy of an owl. That's the god Moloch. The god Moloch goes all the way back to Rome and Carthage,
It's the one
in which
that
they
Drake
were offering child sacrifices to this god in exchange for power. So John Dee rediscovered the technology of how to draw the magic circles, how to say the right incantations, how to actually do black magic on a governmental level. This is what people are going to have so much trouble with once disclosure happens, is that these people actually practice black magic, and they are very, very good at it.
That's why you see Drake with the owl, man.
America's Strangest Legends and Mysteries, Part 4. In the year 1995, a man by the name of Mike Markham attempted to create a time machine on his front porch in Stanberry, Missouri. At the time, he was a 21-year-old college student majoring in electricity, and his goal was to travel to the future in order to get hold of the winning lottery numbers. His first attempt at a small-scale time machine included an advanced form of something called a Jacob's ladder, which is an electrical contraption that creates a type of climbing arc. After testing it out by throwing a metal screw through it, he saw the screw vanish before reappearing a few feet away a second later. Following a few more tests, the machine caught on fire, and so he decided to start working on a larger, much more powerful machine. Now, because he didn't have any money to buy any new parts, he resorted to stealing transformers from a nearby power station. Then his next experiment was apparently so powerful that it caused a large-scale blackout in his neighborhood, and he ended up being arrested by the police. After serving a few months in prison, he was ultimately released and invited to become a guest on Art Bell for Coast to Coast Radio. His first appearance was apparently such a massive success for him financially that when he appeared again a year later, told our Bell that he was in the process of developing a far more sophisticated time machine, with a vortex big enough for a man to walk into. However, not long after this interview, Mike Markham ended up disappearing in the year 1997. Although some people have claimed to have seen him since, still a mystery that's yet to be solved.
Recently, I've been making a few videos talking about how Antarctica may be a giant ice wall that circles the continent that we live on instead of being a giant continent itself. Also mention how some people believe that past this Arctic wall, there are many continents that are purposely being hidden from us. What's interesting is that in 1954, a U.S. naval officer named Richard E. Byrd went on national TV and said some statements involving a continent that may be being hidden from us. Check it out real quick.
Paul, is there any unexplored land left on this earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans? But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States that's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole, on the other side of the South Pole, from Middle America.
Not only a few years after saying this, in 1957, Richard Byrd passed away. A year later, in 1958, NASA was formed, and then a year after that, in 1959, the Arctic Treaty was signed. As far as what's on these continents, the theories range from there being prehistoric creatures such as mammoths on these continents, to others believing that there are very advanced civilizations on these lands, some going as far as to say that this is where aliens really come from and not from outer space. But what do you think about all this? Leave a like and a follow if you want me to talk deeper about these civilizations, and leave your opinion in the comments.
We really don't know what we eating.
What's up, y'all? So I got this map that I came across, and I wanted to show you guys exactly what the world looks like. Not only the world, but like our realm, this entire realm that we live in. I got this map, y'all want to see? Okay, so all these worlds that y'all see, these are actually worlds, like planets with their own domes. Everybody has their own dome, and there is us, there's Earth right there. Not like how the maps show it, just exactly how flat Earth shows it. That's us right there. And look at all the lands outside of Earth. Look at Asgard, look at Atlantis, Lemuria. Like, these places actually still do exist. Lands of mermaids. Like, we are not alone by...
How y'all feel about that, man? It's so many different, like, depictions of what the earth or what this universe or whatever the hell we in. It's so many different, like, I don't know, like, what do y'all think? Y'all think it's a globe? Y'all think it's a dome? Y'all think we're just a floating ball in space? What do y'all think, man? Because there's so many different depictions, man. Flat, like, what's up?
Far, like, they want us to believe that we are the only ones on this plane, and we are not. There are other like worlds in our domain, like in our realm. And so you see lands of Mars, you see Venus, you see Neptune. Look, the Anunnaki lands, y'all know who they are. So don't get it twisted. Nos Confunden on YouTube is the guy that put me up on this map. Yes, you do have to pay for it, but it is well worth it. And I mean, he's got a world of knowledge on his YouTube channel, so make sure you go and check him out. But I mean, look at all these worlds that are in our realm. Everybody has their own dome. And when we look at planets in our sky, we're not look at Mercury, you know, look at Venus. We're not looking at the actual planets. Like, there are not planets. We are looking at the electromagnetic field of their dome. That is exactly what we see. That is the reason why it doesn't look, you know, like a regular, you know, planet that they're showing us those pictures from NASA. No, those are not real. You see Nibiru, you see, I mean, Neptune, all these like places, we're seeing their electromagnetic field from their dome. Everybody has a dome. We even have a great dome. If you look at the edge of this picture, there's a great dome. So all of these places are inside of one dome. Follow for more.
don't know about that.
Have you guys heard of the Mohenjo-Daro massacre?
The what?
So the Mohenjo-Daro massacre is an ancient massacre that is evidence for an ancient nuclear war.
How ancient? Because you're saying nuclear?
Let me explain. This is the picture of the bodies that they found over there. The bodies were actually never eaten by animals. They were all like together, and the sand around them turned to glass.
Oh. No way.
Yeah. So that's evidence of a nuclear weapon. Not just that, since the bodies also were never eaten, if you actually go there today, they actually have higher levels of radiation in that area.
No way.
Yeah, so over here, they say basically is a baseless claim, but the radiation is higher, 8.3 times higher than normal areas.
Isn't that like
deadly? Pretty fucking high, bro. Like, that's what it is. This massacre is evidence of an ancient nuclear war that took place, and this was about 4,000 years ago. So this gives you a scope of how advanced were we actually back then. You know what I'm saying?
Around that time is when the Egyptians started to fall. That would be 2000 BC, around there.
Wouldn't some of the bodies be like vaporized though?
That's what I'm thinking too. Well, how would the bodies stay? And
well, it depends. Like, you know, they probably weren't that close to the site.
Cups, chewing them off, biting them, spitting them out, flicking them around. It only takes 550 years for this to degrade, and it's still toxic after that. But listen to this. DuPont, man. DuPont, I don't know what demonic entity controls this organization, but they have made the most toxic things that pollute the entire world. I can't believe it. They made styrofoam. They made chemical weapons during World War II. Most styrofoam around the world doesn't get recycled because countries don't even know how or don't have the infrastructure to do so. And this thing could be made out of the cellulose from hemp plants. But DuPont had a lot to do with banning hemp. And you ban hemp because it absorbs carbon. And if all this carbon's being absorbed, then you can't say Agenda 21, get into a smart city because we got to save the climate from emission. This conspiracy goes much deeper than most realize. Here's something you never knew about a styrofoam cup.
Only about a zombie apocalypse, defending it. And you will see that every NIMS compliant, practically agency or whether it's state, local or federal, has already had their zombie apocalypse preparedness training. They've already done their...
Do you know the Fresno nightcrawler theory? What the heck is a nightcrawler? So we all know how there's many theories that like monsters and creatures. But what if I told you they actually caught one and they have proof? What do you mean they have proof? So in 2011, there was a guy named Sean Reagan, and he lived in Fresno, California. And one morning he woke up and he found a dead deer. The dead deer on the ground looked like nothing he's ever seen before.
Wait, there was a dead deer just laying outside of his house?
So Sean had security cameras outside his house, so he decided to look at the footage to see what happened. And what he found was crazy. He literally saw a two-legged creature running that had just two legs and no arms. And this is what's known as the Fresno nightcrawler. And Fresno nightcrawlers are known to be found in California, and they all have about like 2 to 4 feet long legs. And they have little finger hands as their feet.
Is this real?
Many people are really skeptical of it, but they actually hired an investigator to research all the different footage that they have. And they found it's actually real footage. They literally did everything they could to expose the footage and try to recreate it, and they could never do it again. Even the History Channel had to do a documentary on this because so many people had experiences with nightcrawlers. There's even statues of nightcrawlers that were made hundreds of years ago that they found.
Why have I never heard of this?
Alright, man, that's it for that video, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe if you are new, man. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the constructive criticism. And make sure you guys check out the link, Organic Nature's Sea Moss. Y'all check that down below. Y'all get you some of that healthy, good, just great stuff. Just for your body, just for your health, just for your mental health, all around. But without further ado, Conspiracy Pot Gang, we are out.